Hello, and welcome back to another episode of SkyrimPlus. Today I'm featuring Simple Little Cottage by Falkreath. Let's check out the map. Here we are at Simple Little Cottage. We're near Half Moon Mill near Lake Lanalta. Here's Evergreen Grove, Roadside Ruins, Falkreath, and here we are again at our featured home, Simple Little Cottage. This home is available for Xbox, PlayStation, and all versions of PC. We'll start our tour in the front of the home in the forests of Falkreath. It sits in front of intersecting roads, and it's unlocked and free when you arrive. The home uses the Hearthfire simple home layout, and I like how Falkreath used some ivy to dress up the front. On the outside of the fence, you'll find your grindstone and workbench, and as we turn back, we have a couple of chickens in their nest with harvestable eggs. And on the other side of the stairs, we have 12 fertile soils where you can plant whatever you want. I used a mod called Roses of Remembrance to plant all of those colorful roses. And outside of this fence, we have our anvil and tanning rack. So if you want to complete your suite with a smelter, you'll need the mod Soule's Portable Crafting. I have a feature of that mod that I'll add to my pinned comment. Now that we've toured the outside, let's head inside. And here we are inside of our cozy new home, Simple Little Cottage. We'll turn around to see the front door and work our way around. First, you have some potted plants and some lights on both sides of the door. And as we turn, we find our arcane enchanter and our alchemy lab, and a satchel for storage. If you need more storage, add the mod Soule's Portable Containers. It allows you to craft several types of containers you can place wherever. Here are some windows pouring in light over your dining room table. And in the corner, you have an area to cook, including a butter churn that yields butter, an oven for baking, and a cooking pot for all of your other cooking needs. There are some harvestable ingredients above your fire, and you have quite the collection of animal figurines, probably enough to make a small zoo. In the corner, you have a little display for your dishes. There's a chair to enjoy your baked goods. Here's a bedside table with a strong box for your valuables. Here's a single bed with a chest in front. And lastly, you have a bookcase and a decorative corner display. Now let's head down this hatch door to check out the basement. And in the basement, we find a spot to display some weapons and armor, with 2 mannequins, 4 display cases, and 4 shield plaques that allow weapons on both sides of the plaque too. There's a bench to sit and admire your collection, a candle for ambiance, and when we turn around, we have a ladder that can go back to the main level, as well as 2 more planters where you see the red and white roses planted. That gives us a total of 14 soils. And in the back, we have a couple of fish tanks. On the left is for larger fish. It has a little ship at the bottom, how cool. There's a goat horn candelabra, and on the other side, you have a fish tank for small fish. This would pair well with a Fish Anywhere mod, since you're right next to Lake Lanalta. Now that we've seen all of the features of this home, it's time for final thoughts. Simple Little Cottage is exactly as advertised. It's simple and small, but it does have some standout features, like its setting in the beautiful forest near Falkreath. It also has practical features like a bed, cooking stations that include a butter churn, oven, and cooking pot, most smithing stations like your grindstone and workbench, as well as your anvil and your tanning rack. You also have an alchemy lab and arcane enchanter, places to store your favorite weapons and armor. There are 14 fertile soils for you to plant whatever you want, a couple of chickens that produce eggs, and even a couple of fish tanks to show off your catch of the day. If you're looking for a small home in nature, Simple Little Cottage could be the home for you. This concludes my feature of Simple Little Cottage. If you enjoyed this content and want to see more, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Click the bell icon if you want to be notified of when I post. And as always, thanks for watching. I'll catch you on the next episode.